T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Bring your appetite down to Big Belly Cafe, 140 Gore Street, Webster, Mass. for curbside, takeout, and indoor seating. Visit BigBellyCafe.com to view their hours, menu, and order online. For reservations, please call ahead at 508-949-2433. Follow Big Belly Cafe on Facebook for weekly and daily specials. And remember, all veterans receive a discount for their recognition of service. Big Belly Cafe. Reedy's Archery, located in Middleborough, Mass. at 121 Wood Street, has been a staple in the area since 1993 and has become the one-stop pro shop for competitive target archers and bow hunters from New England. Reedy's is open Monday through Thursday, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., Saturdays, 10 p.m. to 4 p.m. Make sure to visit Reedy'sArchery.com and follow them on Facebook to keep up with upcoming events. Reedy's Archery, dedicated to the archer. Wolf Aviation Network is the only flight school in the area utilizing the Airwolf Simulator AATD and the specialized Part 61 training program designed to save students money while increasing safety and efficiency. Creating safe pilots is our first priority. Our flight sim is the perfect training device. It is designed to prepare students adequately before taking flight in our aircraft. Fly with us and save money. Wolf Aviation. Reserve your spot at 413-563-1929 and visit wolfaviationnetwork.com.
Ever hear the one about the frog? Put a frog in a pot of boiling water and it'll jump right out.
Here's my resume again.
But put a frog in a pot of cool water and slowly heat it up, and that frog will boil. It's a lie. But as a metaphor for us and all that we go through as veterans,
Any real-world experience.
it's a story that rings true. We make excuses for how we feel. We push everything down. We tell ourselves the lie that it's easier to stay in that boiling water, to disconnect. And some days, maybe it is. But you've never been interested in easy. Make no mistake, reaching out is hard. Do it anyway. You're not alone. You've got this. You are not a frog.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Welcome to another episode of Fubar Studios. I'm your host, Doug, and we've got a special guest here today, which his also name is Doug. So it's fabulous to have another Doug with another Doug. We're interviewing each other. So without further ado, I want to definitely introduce him and have him introduce himself and provide us some details about him and where he's coming from. Go ahead, Doug.
My name's Doug Viner. I'm a Gulf War combat vet, and also a retired firefighter. So I've been there and done that, and I fully understand what's going on with you guys. And it's very important that you get out and just enjoy yourself.
Absolutely. And pretty much is one of the things, like, I mean, I know what you're just touching on is the whole day on the track with a veteran, bringing a veteran out to the track day type deal that we have going on, which we started this year with Derek Roby and DDR Motorsports and Doug, which is Doug Roby as well, which is another Doug. I gotta say, I mean, we're having a phenomenal time here. Doug, and Derek and everybody else. It's that whole day at the track, and we bring a veteran to the track, and they come out, hang out with you, and or they hang out with Derek and Doug on in their pit crew and all this other stuff. And it's really just to get the veteran out there and be able to socialize and be able to talk and for us to listen and for us to introduce you to the racing whole scene, getting you out to looking at the cars, watching the races, maybe even getting you to push the car if you're able to, that you want to, up onto the weighing section area, and also for just to eat and talk and drink some drinks, and non-alcoholic, unfortunately, but to have some soda or water, and eat whatever's going on there. But that's the whole racing thing, which is the day on the track with a veteran, which also, Doug, you are a race car driver with the Pro 4 Modifieds.
Yes, I am. I drive the 55 Michigan car.
And the 55 Michigan's car, I'm going to actually have it posted into the comics section and pin it. It's a beautiful car. It's a bright orange car. It has the name on the back of it, which is Pat Dunn, which is a good friend of yours, which you and I were talking, and we've talked about it a couple times now. And give us the whole rundown with having his name and all that on the back of your race car.
Well, he was a good friend of mine, and we were in the military together.
Yep.
And 3 weeks before the attack on the Pentagon, I went up to have lunch with him and hang out with him for a while. And I went back down to Florida, and then September 11th happened, and he was killed. I went up to the Pentagon, worked up the Pentagon for about 3 weeks digging. I knew where his office was, so I started digging in there, and I found his dog tags.
Wow.
And I gave him to his wife. And he was a dear friend of mine, and I miss him greatly.
Yeah.
And we had some great times in the military.
Yeah.
We did together. He actually worked for me. Real, very, very, very cool guy.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's as a lot of us veterans know, is when we lose that dear friend, and we have that bond with that individual, it's not just a normal hit to us or blow to us. It's it's a big hit, and I'm definitely I'm sorry for that, your loss on that. Um, it definitely hits home with things, and it's amazing that you're able to have them on the back of your car and to be able to pretty much keep spreading the word regarding the whole stuff with the 9/11 terrorist attack that took place here in our great nation, um, and be able to spread his name and honor him as you're racing. And I know we talked about it before, and you mentioned it. You get a lot of people that come up to you and ask to take pictures of it, of your car or the back of the car with his name and everything on there. And and you probably tell them the story as well. The whole meaning behind it. Not really even a story, it's like the meaning behind it. You know, and I'm kind of stuck a little bit. But with the whole racing, do you do anything with showing it off or stuff like that, taking it down during any of the tributes or anything like that to the whole 9/11, or even at the Pentagon, stuff like that? With
No, I have not. I would like to. I'm seriously thinking about bringing it to the Pentagon.
Yeah.
And putting it out there for a day in the month of September.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been a thought in my mind about how to do it.
Yeah.
And get in touch with, because you just can't show up.
Correct. Yeah.
At the Puzzle Palace, as it's called.
Yeah.
I mean, you just can't, poof, show up. Hey, here I am, and I have a,
no, there's a lot of
that out. I've got to figure that out.
There's a lot of red tape to get into that Puzzle Palace. It's not just ring the doorbell. Here's your cookies. I'm selling them.
No, it's not.
It's unique, I'll tell you. Just my time in. But yeah, that would, I think, would be amazing if any of our viewers know of any connections as well, to shoot them my way, and I'll pass them along over to the other Doug, and we'll hopefully get that going, and helping you out. Also, can you give us some ideas of what got you into racing? What also is what racetracks do you race at? Just for some of the viewers may think oh, racing's like NASCAR. No, it's a lot more than just NASCAR, regular, Sprint Cup and all that. It goes into a lot more than that. But can you give us some of that information on it?
Yeah, I sure can. I go back to the Northeast, a native New Englander. I grew up in Massachusetts. I grew up in a small town of Rutland, Massachusetts. So I have ties back there. So I go back to the Northeast to race. Thompson Speedway, Lee, New Hampshire.
Yep.
Wiscasset, Maine. Venture around the Northeast. I like to drive on the 3/8 miles and the 5/8 miles. On the quarter-mile tracks, the short tracks, you just tear up too much stuff.
Yeah.
The speeds on the 3/8 miles and the 5/8 miles are very high.
Yeah.
It's a adrenaline rush, is what it is. I've lived a bunch of childhood dreams.
Yeah.
One, growing up, was to be in the military.
Yeah.
My other childhood dream was to be a firefighter.
Yeah.
and I completed that. And my last childhood dream was to own and drive a race car, and I'm doing that.
Wow. Nice.
Just I'm living my childhood dreams is what I'm doing.
Now, do you do all the work to the car yourself, or do you have like certain people to come over and work on it and whatnot?
I do a lot of it myself. Mostly I do it myself. My engine builder is Tommy Snay out of Oakham, Massachusetts.
Okay.
A long family friend, real good friend of my father's.
You said Oakham?
Yes, Oakham, Mass. Yeah, it's right next door to Rutland.
Yeah, it's a couple towns away from me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. I know. I was like, as soon as you said Rutland, I'm like, yeah, I know right where Rutland's at. I know where Barry. I know where all that's up. You know, it's not that far from here. You know,
My old stomping grounds, man. I grew up there.
yeah.
You know, I grew up there, and I enjoy going back there.
Yeah, it's nice out in these areas. It's peaceful. It's quiet.
Yes, it is.
It may not be a what is it? Like you find a lot of race car drivers from like certain states and like, you know, Tennessee, Kentucky, North Carolina, you know, and stuff like that. But to hear Massachusetts and things like that, it's like, wait, Massachusetts, really? They got a track out there? Yeah, no, we do. But you got to go to New Hampshire. You got to go to New Hampshire, but still, you know, you can go to Stafford.
Yeah, you go to Stafford down in Connecticut. Seekonk, Mass has got it's called the Cement Palace.
Yeah.
Seekonk Speedway.
Yeah.
That's a very cool place to go there. I have not driven there.
Yeah.
I would like to, but so far the Pro 4 Modified Tour has not been invited there.
Yeah. It's
which I had never been to was Oxford Plains, Maine.
Yeah.
And that's where I met you at.
Yes.
Was Oxford Plains, Maine.
And that was a packed place. And I think because Doug Roby introduced us there, that's where you met one of the veterans that I brought in, which his name is Nick. He was a Marine Corps veteran. And that's where you met. That's where we met, was there. And I was very shocked because, again, that was my first time there. I was like, holy crap, this place is humongous and it's packed. I kid you not, it had to be over 500 something RVs there.
Oh yeah.
People were driving four-wheelers, golf carts, everything. And that was the first place that I've ever seen a gas-powered golf cart. But it was smoking like a banshee too. I was like, what the hell is that smell? And I look over and it's a golf cart. I'm like, I didn't know it burns oil. It does. They've got a gas-powered golf cart.
We ran Sunday.
Yeah,
we ran Sunday there. We came out right before the Oxford 250,
and it was actually a decent day too.
Yes, Saturday was horrible.
Yeah,
Saturday was horrible.
Oh, I was shocked because I'm like, I don't think it's gonna come out. We're gonna race, but we did. The track was dry. I think there was a few spots that were still had water on it, which was over towards the in the center of the track where the pits are at. But yeah, it was a nice day. It was decent. It wasn't muggy and it wasn't cold.
Now, Friday, I got there Thursday.
Yeah.
And it was a nice day Thursday.
Yeah.
Friday, it just rained all day.
Yep.
Saturday, it was a little muggy, but it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Sunday was spectacular.
Yeah.
Saturday, I hung out with Derek Robbie.
Yep.
Saturday. Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
I was down there and visiting a few guys that I know that drive race cars.
Yep.
So yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was a good weekend.
It was. It's nice to be out there, and to be on the track and be in the pits, even with the crews. I'll tell you, it's amazing on how a lot of guys just like you go up to their cars and you just ask a few questions, and they're all like, majority of them are like, yeah, come on in, take a look at this, look at that. It's
Oh
like,
yeah, it's a unique thing.
yeah.
It truly is.
And that's one of the reasons why it's like I want to do, like I'm doing this with the veterans. And I was glad Derek and Doug started it, and now they're passing the baton to me to carry it on with them. Carry it on even with them is because it gets veterans out of the comfort zone of where they're at, and it gets them into another comfort zone where you'll be able to interact and talk to different race teams and drivers and all that, and it doesn't feel awkward. You don't have an awkward moment. Everybody is, yeah, come on in, you're like family. Again, it's just like the whole military of being with one another, having that that feeling
it's the camaraderie.
It is the camaraderie that's with it, that everybody has, that you're welcome, and nobody is shied away. It's come on in, have a drink, sit down, relax, talk about this, talk about that. You can talk. The drivers are there to like interact with everybody and just be able to have a good time, because again, it's what they like doing, and it gets the veteran out to be able to get out and be able to socialize and have that feeling again of hey, there are stuff out there to do, and racing's one of them.
And you'll be surprised at the guys on the crews and even the drivers and even the people down there, how many of them were in the military.
Absolutely. Because I mean, you got me into talking to David and to Ed, when David and to Junior, as well as you got me into talking to the original Tim Tebow.
Yep.
Who another one, is that who's a vet.
He's another combat guy too,
Yep.
Yeah.
And again, it's talking to these guys and realizing they're vets as well, and it's like we may be vets as people that are spectators that are watching it, but not without getting out there and talking to these people, which that's what they love to do, is be able to talk and intermingle with the spectators, the visitors that come in. But as we bring in the veterans into the pits on these days, to potentially even be a grand marshal of the race, it gets them to talking to these people and realizing, hey, these guys are vets too. Some of these guys are vets, and it brings out that whole different feeling that people realize, hey, I can talk to this guy, I can talk to this person, I can talk to that person, and they don't seclude themselves anymore. They're starting to get themselves out of that. And that's what the whole program is about, is be able to have the veterans to be able to come out and be able to socialize and to not have themselves isolating. It's just that one step closer to getting themselves out and about and be able to socialize.
Yes.
So.
And I'll tell you what, I am honored and humbled to be associated with you.
And
it is outstanding. That's all. That's no other words to describe it. It's outstanding.
and I really appreciate that. And you know, I'm humbled to even know you, and I'm humbled that have been able to meet you, and to be have my not even my it's not even my podcast. It's ours as a veterans. It's our podcast to be able to be on your car, to be on Derek Roby's car. I'm honored to be on David's car. I'm honored to be on Junior's car. You know, I'm so honored to have it out there because this is ours as veterans. It's our podcast. This is what it's about. We're here to spread the word of, you know, hey, you're not alone. We're here for you. We're here behind you. We've got your back. You know, this is the things that I want to be able to push through and be able to get people into other things. And you know, like we were talking a little bit ago, you know, I want to get veterans that may want to even go to air shows, get them out to these air shows, you know, and intermingle with these veterans who are out there flying the planes, or the pilots that are flying the jets and whatnot. Again, it's stuff that I want to be able to get veterans back into it and be able to socialize. And I'm honored to be a part of this and be able to be having our podcast on your car.
I love it.
So
it is truly an honor.
No, I
I
appreciate it.
And it's cool because we're all veterans.
Yep.
You know, and we can relate with each other.
Absolutely.
And you know, and there's a bond. There's a bond between veterans, and it cannot be broken.
Absolutely.
It cannot be broken.
No, I don't think
so unique, Doug. That's what makes it so unique.
And I don't, and it's absolutely, you're 100% right on it. It's like, it is unique. It can't be broken. We've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. We've all have chosen to be that small percentage of Americans to get up, raise our right hand, and swear an oath to this Constitution and this country, to, you know, to give up and including our lives to this nation. And it's only a small percentage of us Americans, and you know, that bond is so thick around one another of us.
Most Americans, they don't have the guts.
No,
they do not have the guts. I hear it all the time. Well, I wanted to go in the military. I wanted to do it. Yeah, okay, yeah, whatever, man.
You know, it's the I want. Well, you know what? It's not even guts. They don't have the goddamn kahunas. They don't have the balls of steel.
I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to say that, but you are 100% correct.
You know what? I will say, my hand keeps disappearing too. I will say it. You don't have the kahunas. You don't have the balls of steel.
No, it takes a special person.
It does
to do what we do.
Absolutely.
Do what we did.
Absolutely. And I'll you know, we'll say it, you know, over and over. It was a privilege. It was an honor to be able to stand up, take that oath, and to go, you know, and be one of the ones of the 3% to actually serve this nation. And it was an honor to do it. As a generations of my family that have served. You know,
mine too. As you know, my father was in the military.
Yep.
He was in Korea. My brother Brian was in the military.
Yep.
We were both over in the Gulf together, and as you know, he was killed by a drunk driver down in Virginia Beach in 1994. And
Wow.
that was my demise and my unraveling right there,
Yeah.
because that destroyed my family. And
Uh,
I got to thinking to myself, what am I doing, man?
yeah.
You know, and there were some dark days, Doug. There were
Yeah.
some dark days there,
And
but I'm lucky to have my mother and my father and my sister to help me through, and some good friends
yeah.
to help me through. There were some very, very dark days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can just imagine, and I know I've gone through my own dark days of a lot of stuff. My grandfather was in during Korea. My grandmother's brother was in during Vietnam. And it goes on of people that were in. Um, you know, and I've had my own dark days of having stuff. And again, you when you were speaking about your brother of having killed by a drunk driver and stuff, that's why I had to give up drinking, because again, I was out of control. And it was
Yep.
from a lot of things. And
Yep.
those dark days are past, and that's why again it's where I feel my calling is to do, to be the host on this podcast, and and hopefully be able to keep pushing it on to farther and farther. As we can hear the noise in the background, that's just the water being changed out of the dehumidifier. Because this the mic picks up every little thing. But it's funny how it does. It's the new mic. My old mic, I'll tell you, the first mic I had, the old mic, it wouldn't pick. I would have to have the mic up to like all the way up here to be able to talk. And then it just picked everything up. Now it's like I can have it sitting all the way back and you can hear me, and it's like, holy crap, it's crystal clear. Now you can hear it. My wife's over there. She's like, yeah, hi, okay, Doug. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you said, oh, sorry. Oh, she said, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I thought you said, okay, Doug. I'm interviewing Doug too.
Oh, Doug.
Yeah, Doug. And then you got
Race
Doug.
car guy?
Yeah, race car Doug. Yeah. And then this is the one of the Dougs. As my wife's over there doing laundry, and she's probably like, you better get over here to do some laundry too. But
Hey,
she's
man,
she's-
the old saying, happy
Happy-
wife, happy life, man.
I know that. I know that old saying. I'm 100% happy wife is a happy wife is a happy life.
Yes,
I know that.
very much so.
She's my rock. She's my guide. She's everything.
It's always good to have somebody like that in your corner.
Absolutely.
And
And she's the
when-
one that pushed me through with the VA and everything.
Yeah, like when things get rough, it's always good to have somebody like that.
Absolutely. But getting back onto the whole topic, I'm honored to have this podcast and be the host of the podcast, because really the podcast is to all veterans, not just me, and everything. I'm honored to be to come to started the podcast, but I'm honored to be the host of it. And I'm honored to even be able to have you on the show, and to be able to have met you, and be able to go places more with the podcast, and even with you, as we come into next year with the racing and everything. I'm hoping the viewers will let me know, send me messages, so I can get you onto the list. If you want to partake into going down to the track and being part of Day at the Track with a Veteran. Again, it's open to all veterans, past, present, and it's also opened up to Gold Star family members, the mother, father, brother, sister. It's opened up to that, because that's what I've done is I brought even a Gold Star mother out to the races, who she lost her son and everything. That's where it's at, and that's where, if anybody wants to, feel free to leave the message. You don't have to leave it in the comments or anything, just send me a message, and everything, and I'm honored to have you aboard with this, and it's definitely been a pleasant speaking with you this evening.
I'm very, very glad that we got to speak.
Absolutely.
I thoroughly enjoyed my time on here with you.
Absolutely. I really appreciate hearing that. And I can't wait to have you back on the show, because we are going to be back on the show, and we're going to have you, we're going to have Derek, we're going to have Doug, Roby, we're going to have you, we're going to have David, we're going to have Junior. We're going to have as many as people as we can get that are going to be a part of it. We're going to have you guys here all on one night, all on this show.
I look forward to that.
It's going to be an all out.
I am truly excited. I can't wait.
Oh, it's going to be an awesome, and we're going to just let everybody just talk and figure out where we want to go with the talking. It's gonna be intense, and I think I'm gonna have that done before the holidays. Maybe it may not take place until after the holidays, so but I'm hoping to see if we can do it before the holidays. But if not, it'll be after the new year, which will be after the holidays. We'll see.
Just let me know.
Absolutely, I will definitely let you know.
I would love it, because it'll be a couple months since I've seen those guys, so it'll be
may have to see if
it'll be awesome.
May have to have you reach out to Tim Tebow and see if you can get him on there.
I will,
because I want to
message. I will send a message about it.
Yeah, because
he will join.
I got him as a friend now. But yeah, I want to get him onto this, and I also want to be able to have him. I want to get him and I where I can talk to him, and if you want to be a part of it, to talk to him as well, as because I want to see about what he thinks and what he thinks about being part of this as well, because again, this is going into it. I know I already have a few. I've talked to a few other people. They're not in the Pro 4s or anything. They're in the street stock, and one other one that's in another race car. And so I'm trying to make this as big as we can get this, and to get the veterans into this.
I know a guy that drives a super modified that's a Navy vet.
Okay.
And I will reach out to him too.
All right. Perfect.
Yeah. He drives a super modified in the Midwest super modified series.
The guy that I was talking to, one of the guys I was talking to, drives, it's a double zero. I don't even know his first name, but he's another one. Oh no, it's AJ, his first name. But he's up in New Hampshire.
Okay.
I believe he's New Hampshire, or might be almost in the Maine, or in Maine. But he has a car, which I'm talking to him about being part of it as well. But definitely want to keep this going, and probably have you on another episode, and then as well as the showdown with everybody.
I would love it.
And I don't want to take all your time tonight, so I'll end it with this: I appreciate you coming on the show, and everything, and I'm greatly appreciative of it, and look forward to even having the show with all the other guys. So Beavis and Butthead, if you guys can take it over for us and just send us home for the night.
Shut up! Shut up!
Yeah. Shut up!
You suck!
Stop, in the name of all that which does not suck.
Thanks for watching FUBAR Studios Veteran Reinforcement. Please make sure to check out the FUBAR Studios on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and visit the website at FUBARstudio.com. FUBAR Studios is a Sinister One production.
Minute. T-minus 50 seconds. T-minus 40 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Bring your appetite down to Big Belly Cafe, 140 Gore Street, Webster, Mass. for curbside, takeout, and indoor seating. Visit BigBellyCafe.com to view their hours, menu, and order online. For reservations, please call ahead at 508-949-2433. Follow Big Belly Cafe on Facebook for weekly and daily specials. And remember, all veterans receive a discount for their recognition of service. Big Belly Cafe. Reedy's Archery, located in Middleborough, Mass. at 121 Wood Street, has been a staple in the area since 1993 and has become the one-stop pro shop for competitive target archers and bow hunters from New England. Reedy's is open Monday through Thursday, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., Saturdays, 10 p.m. to 4 p.m. Make sure to visit Reedy'sArchery.com and follow them on Facebook to keep up with upcoming events. Reedy's Archery, dedicated to the archer. Wolf Aviation Network is the only flight school in the area utilizing the Airwolf Simulator AATD and the specialized Part 61 training program designed to save students money while increasing safety and efficiency. Creating safe pilots is our first priority. Our flight sim is the perfect training device. It is designed to prepare students adequately before taking flight in our aircraft. Fly with us and save money. Wolf Aviation. Reserve your spot at 413-563